ICT and e-commerce. To sell a product or service, they should be offered through a well-organized distribution channel. Marketing uses the media as a way to contact consumers and producers through distribution channels. Any good external communication campaign should deal with a clear definition of the target to be achieved, selection of the media, campaign tracking, and comprehensive monitoring of the effectiveness of the campaign. Out of the different methods to achieve substantial promotion, the most popular and probably the most effective nowadays is social media marketing, SMM. This happens to be so because social networks help us to interact with the customer either directly with a specific profile or a particular user, or indirectly through mass advertising and search engines. SMM combines internet marketing objectives with social media such as blogs, content aggregators, content sharing sites, social networks, and microblogging sites, among others, to increase visibility, promote sales, or transmit new ideas and concepts to the market. This eventually leads to finally achieving a desirable increase in sales. One aspect to keep in mind in this way of doing marketing is that the results are not immediate. It takes time to prepare the entire social media plan, which requires a communication plan and digital marketing strategy focused on social media. Moreover, an important concept with social media marketing is online reputation, in which the actions of the consumer play a fundamental role. In this sense, companies will try to be active and proactive in communicating with others in order to keep their products and services in the minds of consumers in a positive way. In short, users should speak well of our products. For this season, the social media plan can also include a plan to follow in case of crisis of reputation online. A great asset of social media marketing is the possibility to get feedback from users, who should be able to interact with products and services. In essence, the social media gives us the opportunity to interact with potential clients directly and quickly. Every year, the percentage of social network users who go to them to buy or inquire about certain products and brands through a computer or any mobile device increases. Therefore, it is necessary to create a social media marketing plan to reach those millions of internet users. Social networks are an opportunity to build a network of contacts and communicate with your customers and followers. It is possible to reach many people with low investment, positioning a brand or product through traditional word of mouth. At the same time, the proper management of these networks is used to prevent crisis brand due to negative comments or erroneous information circulating on the internet. Just like the traditional marketing, digital marketing has hundreds of tools, channels, and formats that can be used to achieve the desired results. Some strategies and tools that every professional should know to enter this market are SEM, Search Engine Marketing. Search engine marketing involves every digital marketing action. It focuses on plotting results through search sites like Google. SEM are of extreme importance because today search sites are the channel of entry for almost everyone on the internet and trace an extremely qualified traffic. Every time a page is found on the search site, there was already an interest on the part of the user, which greatly increases the possibility of quality traffic. Within SEM, we have two main ways of working: SEO and PPC. SEO, Search engine optimization. SEO is one of the main internet marketing practices. They aim to improve your position in the organic search of Google and other search sites. A good SEO job involves dozens of different actions, ranging from optimizing your site for it to work on mobile phones to creating content with quality. Appearing in the first place of a Google search is a great way to make qualified and free visits. After all, you're not paying to appear on this one. Although it is not possible to buy your positioning on Google, it is still necessary to make other investments on your own site. The basis of any well-done SEO is to have quality content. Without this, it is useless to optimize your site to perfection, as the main mission of Google is to deliver the best content for your audience. Having content as the basis for various actions can help you to rank, such as keyword search, site HTML optimization, etc. PPC, pay-per-click. Not only are organic results found on search sites, after all, these need to produce money in some way. The main source of income for these sites are the sponsored ads or PPC, in which the advertiser pays to appear in the top search results. It is clear that sites always warn that these results are sponsored, which makes them less efficient than organic results. In the case of Google, they have a network called AdWords, in which they enter your ads that will be shown according to the keywords that interest you and that draw the best traffic. Although AdWords is paid, it's also interesting that the ads are relevant, so it's not enough to pay. Your ad must be well done and lead to a quality page. A metric called quality score is used to define this. Even though Google is the most popular pay-per-click ad network, many other companies also offer PPC products. The most popular ones are Facebook ads, Twitter ads, and LinkedIn ads. Media display ad networks. Media display is a more traditional format for doing digital marketing. Basically, they are the famous banners and other graphic ads that we see in several sites, many portals. When digital marketing began to apply this, the advertisers converted them into display format, as it was similar to buying advertising space in print media. Little by little, the means of visualization evolved and the ad networks emerged, which are centralized networks that distribute the ads in different places without the need of the advertiser to negotiate with several publishers. Today, there are several types of ad networks, some more corporate, some more specific and clear. AdSense, probably the largest in the world, fully self-service. Email. Email marketing continues strong and is one of the favorite channels. It is a direct content medium in which a subscriber gives you an authorization to send content to your inbox. Native advertising. Native advertising is relatively recent on the internet and has gained a lot of strength after display media began to lose efficiency and content marketing growth. Native advertising is a native format, advertising of the site in which it is located. It is common to create tags, for example, your own reports or lists on sites like BuzzFeed. The growth of native advertising is associated with the fact that the public no longer has the patience to be interrupted while online, reducing the efficiency of traditional formats. Because of this, the brands began to create the content themselves and to insert in other sites, mixing their content with the experience of their native use. Few people know, but another traditional format of native advertising are the AdWords ads themselves, which although are ads, follow the format, search result, and the dynamics of Google. The tools and practices quoted in this list are far from being exhaustive, as new formats and ideas come up all the time on the internet. Marketing focused on social networks, video, interactivity, virtual reality, among many others, are just one example of what can be done in digital marketing. E-commerce. The e-commerce consists of the distribution, sale, purchase, marketing, and supply of information of products or services through internet. Originally, the term was applied to the conduct of transactions by electronic means, such as electronic data interchange. However, with the advent of internet in the mid-1990s, the concept of selling services through the network began, using electronic payment methods such as credit cards. Since then, companies have been worried about staying ahead and being able to offer what their customers are demanding today. On the other hand, people have been in the news way of doing business, a great opportunity to undertake and have a commercial activity of their own. There are no barriers or borders in e-commerce, thus geographical space is not what determines the target. Yet, without creativity and without offering a truly differentiating proposal, it is certainly complicated to stand in this brave new world. Most companies already have a presence on the internet, so they have been concerned about developing institutional sites. In these cases, what is intended is to complement some traditional marketing activities, such as providing additional information and promoting the company. Even today, some companies have not entered the world of digital marketing yet and have not understood the great tools that can be counted on the internet and the world of people that can be reached through the network. In some cases, companies are reluctant to provide detailed information about products, since the objective is to induce visitors to communicate with the company through the traditional routes, such as on-site visit or the telephone call, and thus get in touch with potential customers. They forget, or maybe they do not know, the innumerable tools of capture that exist through the digital marketing, but that subject we will leave for later, since it will give to me to write at least two other posts. On the other side of the balance, e-commerce sites appear to be quite different. In these sites, the final objective is to close the transaction electronically with a payment, and in some cases with a delivery, being this process is carried out by internet. Without this transaction, we could not talk about e-commerce. This transaction affects the profit and loss account of any business, becoming a great generator of profits. Typically, this type of site includes detailed product information, mainly because visitors will support their purchase decision based on the information obtained and the perception of confidence and solvency generated by the website in relation to the company. This type of website generally has four sections. Institutional information. This section tries to attract customers and generate an environment of trust in the company. Catalog. It is fundamental requirement of e-commerce and contains detailed information about the products, their benefits and prices. This section depends to a large extent on the success of the business. Order processing. This section includes a method for specifying and configuring the order. More advanced systems may include other tracking systems. Payroll. This is the method used to make the transaction economical. There are several methods in this section. It is very important to give security to the customer and some support in case of fraud. Lately, more sections have been included. Excellent return policy and user support are as important as all of the above. Feel that although the entire operation is done through the internet, there are people you can talk to if you need it. E-commerce sites can be found alone or form part of a larger retail site, commonly called shopping mall, which present a standardized appearance in which many companies have a presence within a single website and in which visitors can access information from different companies. The models or types of e-commerce business that exist are B2B, business to business, companies that do business between them. Business to business applies to the relationship between a manufacturer and a distributor of a product, and also to the relationship between the distributor and the retailer, but not to the relationship between the merchant and their final customer. B2C, business to consumer, companies that sell to the general public, consumers as natural persons. C2C, consumer to consumer, platform from which consumers buy and sell between them. It is the oldest form of electronic commerce that we know. These platforms emerge as a way to help people negotiate directly with other people or be able to buy from companies in a more beneficial way for them. An example is eBay. B2G, business to government, companies that sell or offer their services to government institutions. Town halls, councils, and other official institutions can contact their suppliers comparing products and placing orders through a simple and standardized process. C2B, consumer to business. It is the business model in which consumers can offer products and services to businesses and business pay consumers. This business model is a complete investment of the traditional business model. We can see the C2B model on blogs or internet forums where the author offers a link to an online business that facilitates the purchase of a product, such as a book on Amazon.com, for which the author could receive affiliate income from a successful sale. People now have access to technologies that were previously only available to large companies. Printing and acquiring digital technology, high-performance computers, and powerful software. Yet, this is not the only reason why e-commerce has become so popular. Its advantages can be summarized in an expansion of the customer base when entering a broader market, an extension to the sales schedule 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, greater comfort for buyer and seller, from traditional outlets intakes traffic to web walkways, a phenomenon known as sow roaming, a creation of the competitive advantage, a reduction of costs of production, capital, administration, and among others, an improvement of communication with customers and effectiveness of advertising campaigns, a flexibility in means of payment. Internet allows to combine all means of payment available, facilitating both electronic and traditional. Payment can be made in cash, as it is the payment of reimbursement, but above all with banking means, credit card or debit or transfer, or through new internet-born intermediaries such as PayPal or even Bitcoin.